A couple of days ago, one of the army officers who went through this training from battlefield to boardroom called me and asked a very pertinent question, which must be bothering a lot of people. And his question was, can the Sri Lankan economy be turned around? What will make Sri Lankan economy successful? So I asked him, what are the characteristics or indicators of a successful economy, and which country do you think is a successful economy? And without blinking his eyes, he said China. So I asked him, what made you say China is successful? Because he said they have a huge balance of positive balance of payment. They export into the entire world. So okay. A lot of companies are setting up manufacturing units in that country, which means there is employment for all. Fair enough. China is producing sufficient agriculture. They do a lot of research in agriculture. The health system is fantastic because they overcame COVID much faster than the number one economy in the world, the US. Fair enough. The people who are educated are finding jobs. Good. And they are using their resources to the optimum level. Very good. Then ask many other countries that you can think of. So he paused for a while and he said, Vietnam. Vietnam also went through a war. I said, so what makes you think Vietnam is good? He said, sir, they get more tourists. So that's one indicator. So I put the question back to him. So you said it's positive trade balance? Yes. So we need to export more than what we import. You said people find employment when they're educated. Yes, we have to change our education system. You said people are living a better life, quality of life is good. Yes, we can do that by providing them the right employment, right education. And he said the medication, the medical system is good. That's also possible to be done. Lifestyle has to be improved. The agriculture is automated, he said. Yes, that can be done. So my question back to him and to all of you, so what is stopping us from doing all that? We can't blame the 225 people and hold them responsible to determine the destiny of 22 million people. You don't need positions, guys. You don't need titles to make a contribution to make Sri Lanka work. From wherever we are right now, it's possible to make Sri Lanka work. And you don't need the politicians to lead. Leave them. You have a role to play. Play your little bit and make a contribution towards anyone. So I finally asked him, sir, we have sung our national anthem. The national anthem is the vision statement of a country. Next time you sing the national anthem, sing it meaningfully. And if you can do one thing about one thing that you sing in the national anthem, one thing that touches your heart, then we can make Sri Lanka work. So let's do that together.